Hello and welcome to our first video for user interface uh, using Revit 2013 architecture. Before you open your project, you are going to see the project that you had open on your screen as well as the families that you had to open or you had work on. Projects in Revit, unlike AutoCAD, all the views in AutoCAD we call it files for sections, elevations, call out, they all go under the same name, the name of the project. Families are pretty much the same as blocks in AutoCAD. You can build it out of Revit and then bring it into out of your project and bring it into your project. To start a project in Revit, you're going to select new, or you're going to use flyout new. Once you open a new project, you're going to see you have different type of template, which is RTE. That's the extension for template in Revit. Or even you can go to browse, and definitely you're going to see a company's template in this area. To begin with, I'm going to start with architectural template. Here's the project, create new project. If I select open, okay, I'm sorry. Now here is the new template, which allows me to start a new project. By default, you do have two levels for elevations. These symbols are symbols for elevations, and this section is properties, which allows you to see the property of each element. Like as an example, if I draw a wall and add a window to it, by selecting this window, I can see the property for this window, the type of window, what level is it, seal height, everything, as well as the wall. Once you select it, you can see the type of wall. It goes from level 1 to unconnected or connected to level 2. And this is the project browser. If you add more levels, you will see all the levels, sections, elevations, everything in this area. Therefore, this is the area that you can keep track on all the views in Revit. Just in case if you don't see these two dialog boxes, you can go to view and select user interface and then check these two boxes for properties and project browsers. Also, if you notice on top, if I select these different tabs, I will see different type of icons, but the top toolbar remain the same. This toolbar, we call it quick access. The beauty of it is you can select any of these icons that you're going to use a lot for your project. You can add it to quick access. Pretty much the same as customizing toolbars in AutoCAD. If you don't need it, you can just remove it from the quick access toolbar. The nature of Revit is first build your model, then create construction documents and convert it to shop drawings. To build your model, you're going to start with architecture and different type of walls, doors, windows, roof, ceilings, you name it. We all have we have all the tools to build your model. Structure the same. To build a structural model, we can just start off with a structure tab and then build a structural model. System, in the future, if you're going to create a conditioning duct or plumbing, technically speaking, mechanical, electrical, plumbing goes to this section. Prior to Revit 2012, we didn't have any system added to the software. Now Autodesk decided to add system as well as all these analytical features for Revit structure as well as Revit MEP. I'm sorry, for MEP and structural engineers in Revit architecture. Before we used to have it under different softwares. Insert. Using Revit, you can bring AutoCAD or Revit into another project in Revit, and also you can bring variety of options. You have the variety of options to bring different type of files into Revit. Like as an example, if I select import CAD, if I drop my files of type, you're going to see SketchUp, SAT, which is mechanical software, as well as DGN, MacroStation, DXF. You can bring all these types of files into Revit. And also, if you notice, we do have link CAD, which functions pretty much the same as Xref in AutoCAD. First you can go to AutoCAD and do some modifications and be able to see it in Revit. Annotate. Everything in this area belongs to 2D draftings. Once the view that you create annotation or add annotation system to it, the annotation features to it, all these annotation stays with that view. If I switch to 3D or something, we don't see it. Analyze is good for structural engineers to add dead load, live load, dynamic loads to their project, as well as mechanical, electrical engineers to be able to load energy calculation and come up with cooling and heating load. Mastering and site is a great tool to build your model first before you start the project, which goes to conceptual design or schematic design, because instead of schematic design we always use conceptual. Just create a model, and in addition to it, you can really take advantage a lot of this section to build 3D model for your project. Collaborate. This is the area that we can communicate with different disciplines, and also we can work as a group on a project by using work sets. We use sections, elevations, all the good stuff, they all listed here. Call out, visibility, drafting view, manage. Materials, they added Autodesk added more materials in Revit into Revit 2013. In addition to it, we still can bring images or materials from or textures from different websites. The most important part in this area is project units. Once you select it, you can just change the units to any unit that you wish to use, and also the purge unused elements as well as snaps. If you miss AutoCAD a lot, here is the snaps. Increment, I will talk about it as soon as we start our first sample project, which is going to be, I believe, in next or the third video. Add in any plug-in like extension, like working with different softwares, structural engineers, they can add, or they can add import export to the structural software that they are using. It means we can export import from Revit to those structural softwares. And also in Revit we do have extension, which is pretty much the same as extract toolbars in AutoCAD. Modify all the offset, everything that you need to do for trim, extend, modifications, they all listed here. And also, before I forget, at the bottom of your screen you can see the view scale, and next to it is visibility for 2D drawings. Means what? Means if I draw a wall like this type of wall, to be able to see all the hatches inside this wall or materials, I can select visibility, detailed visibility, and change it to define. And next one is visibility with regards to consistent color, which is graphics material, and realistic, which is rendering materials in Revit. As we move on, I will talk more about the other icons. Have fun and take care.